Once our world stood mighty, a land of power and prosperity. But greed awakened a darkness that shattered everything, leaving only chaos. Now, that darkness returns, stronger than ever, consuming all in its wake. Yet, hope remains, as the warriors of Nevereth rise once more to defy their fate. Two great nations stand, Capella, guardians of wisdom and order, and Procyon, champions of strength and conquest. The war has begun. Claim your destiny. Cabal, ultimate combo. Rise now as the true king.
We are the bearers of faith, the eternal flame that will never fade. Capella stands as the guardian of divine purpose and sacred order. For we know, freedom without direction becomes destruction. They are Procyon. They spread fear, twist lies, and call it freedom. But we see through it. We do not waver. We train. We endure. For this war is sacred. We fight for the true light, for a world uncorrupted by deception. So choose not rebellion, but revelation. Swear your blade. Stand with Capella.
They called it order, but we remember it as chains. Their religion, their laws, their teachings. They protect no one but themselves. But we rose, with bare hand, with rage, and hearts that will not kneel. We are Procyon, born of pain and bound by memory. We will burn every lie to ass. Because freedom is never given. It must be taken. Procyon, step beyond false light and fight for freedom.
I saw it with my own eyes. The moment the sky tore open, we fought until the stones wept. Neither side gave in. Neither side stepped back. And then, it arrived. A force from a nameless realm. It chose no side. It devoured everything. I remember their eye in that moment. We were no longer enemies. We fought as one. No orders, no promises, only survival. That day stays with us, not for victory, but because we didn't die alone. Perhaps the darkness came only to remind us where the light truly lives.
The Great War between Procyon and Capella, yeah, that ended a long time ago. Now then, let's take a look at everyday life here in Cabal. At the edge of Nevereth, there's a place. They say it holds rare treasures and powerful relics. Only the greedy dare to enter. But if the reward's worth it, someone always takes the risk. Look at that. Ghosts? Monsters? Think they'll survive? Wanna bet? This isn't just a dungeon. It's a test of guts. Are you brave enough to try?
Once our world stood mighty, a land of power and prosperity. But greed awakened a darkness that shattered everything, leaving only chaos. Now, that darkness returns, stronger than ever, consuming all in its wake. Yet, hope remains, as the warriors of Nevereth rise once more to defy their fate. Two great nations stand, Capella, guardians of wisdom and order, and Procyon, champions of strength and conquest. The war has begun. Claim your destiny. Cabal, ultimate combo. Rise now as the true king.
We are the bearers of faith, the eternal flame that will never fade. Capella stands as the guardian of divine purpose and sacred order. For we know, freedom without direction becomes destruction. They are Procyon. They spread fear, twist lies, and call it freedom. But we see through it. We do not waver. We train. We endure. For this war is sacred. We fight for the true light, for a world uncorrupted by deception. So choose not rebellion, but revelation. Swear your blade. Stand with Capella.
They called it order, but we remember it as chains. Their religion, their laws, their teachings. They protect no one but themselves. But we rose, with bare hands, with rage and hearts that will not kneel. We are Procyon, born of pain and bound by memory. We will burn every lie to ass. Because freedom is never given. It must be taken. Procyon, step beyond false light and fight for freedom.
I saw it with my own eyes. The moment the sky tore open, we fought until the stones wept. Neither side gave in. Neither side stepped back. And then it arrived. A force from a nameless realm. It chose no side. It devoured everything. I remember their eye in that moment. We were no longer enemies. We fought as one. No orders, no promises, only survival. That day stays with us, not for victory, but because we didn't die alone. Perhaps the darkness came only to remind us where the light truly lives.
The Great War between Procyon and Capella, yeah, that ended a long time ago. Now then, let's take a look at everyday life here in Cabal. At the edge of Navareth, there's a place. They say it holds rare treasures and powerful relics. Only the greedy dare to enter. But if the reward's worth it, someone always takes the risk. Look at that. Ghosts? Monsters? Think they'll survive? Wanna bet? This isn't just a dungeon. It's a test of guts. Are you brave enough to try?
Once, our world stood mighty, a land of power and prosperity. But greed awakened a darkness that shattered everything, leaving only chaos. Now, that darkness returns, stronger than ever, consuming all in its wake. Yet hope remains as the warriors of Nevereth rise once more to defy their fate. Two great nations stand, Capella, guardians of wisdom and order, and Procyon, champions of strength and conquest. The war has begun. Claim your destiny. Cabal, ultimate combo. Rise now as the true king.
We are the bearers of faith, the eternal flame that will never fade. Capella stands as the guardian of divine purpose and sacred order. For we know, freedom without direction becomes destruction. They are Procyon. They spread fear, twist lies, and call it freedom. But we see through it. We do not waver. We train. We endure. For this war is sacred. We fight for the true light, for a world uncorrupted by deception. So choose not rebellion, but revelation. Swear your blade. Stand with Capella.
They called it order, but we remember it as change. Their religion, their laws, their teachings. They protect no one but themselves. But we rose, with bare hands, with rage and hearts that will not kneel. We are Procyon, born of pain and bound by memory. We will burn every lie to ass. Because freedom is never given. It must be taken. Procyon, step beyond false light and fight for freedom.
I saw it with my own eyes. The moment the sky tore open, we fought until the stones wept. Neither side gave in. Neither side stepped back. And then it arrived. A force from a nameless realm. It chose no side. It devoured everything. I remember their eye in that moment. We were no longer enemies. We fought as one. No orders, no promises, only survival. That day stays with us, not for victory, but because we didn't die alone. Perhaps the darkness came only to remind us where the light truly lives.
The Great War between Procyon and Capella, yeah, that ended a long time ago. Now then, let's take a look at everyday life here in Cabal. At the edge of Navrith, there's a place. They say it holds rare treasures and powerful relics. Only the greedy dare to enter, but if the reward's worth it, someone always takes the risk. Look at that, ghosts? Monsters? Think they'll survive? Wanna bet? This isn't just a dungeon, it's a test of guts. Are you brave enough to try?
Once, our world stood mighty, a land of power and prosperity. But greed awakened a darkness that shattered everything, leaving only chaos. Now, that darkness returns, stronger than ever, consuming all in its wake. Yet hope remains, as the warriors of Nevereth rise once more to defy their fate. Two great nations stand: Capella, guardians of wisdom and order, and Procyon, champions of strength and conquest. The war has begun. Claim your destiny. Cabal, ultimate combo. Rise now as the true king.
We are the bearers of faith, the eternal flame that will never fade. Capella stands as the guardian of divine purpose and sacred order. For we know, freedom without direction becomes destruction. They are Procyon. They spread fear, twist lies, and call it freedom. But we see through it. We do not waver. We train. We endure. For this war is sacred. We fight for the true light, for a world uncorrupted by deception. So choose not rebellion, but revelation. Swear your blade. Stand with Capella.
They called it order, but we remember it as chains. Their religion, their laws, their teachings. They protect no one but themselves. But we rose.
going. Okay.
Hello guys, what is up? Welcome back to the Ultimate War of the Celestials. This is the Maximized Battle. I am Anduin, and of course I am joined by CM Staz, and we're gonna be our casters for tonight. So Staz, how are you?
I'm looking great. I'm quite excited about Mango Javier's performance tonight, since we've seen how strong, how incremental they created the performance they shown us last night. And you know, that squad's one of the teams that's gonna be there to be reckoned with, because you know that squad has a lot of experiences, and I've seen that Mango Javier showed their prowess last night. So I'm really excited what kind of performance these two teams is gonna show tonight.
All right. So the thing is, it's really, you know, it's really not just about the Mango Javier or that squad, but you also have to take note of the performance of Amplified. They have been unstoppable ever since, you know, yesterday. As you can see, they're gonna go up against Mango Javier. So I am really curious how this match is going to go down, because Amplified dominated their bracket, or everyone in their path, with 15-0. So that means their opponent was not able to score anything or any kill count against them. And of course, later on, right after their match, we're gonna have the Death Squad versus Totoy Al. And later tonight, we're gonna have our battle for third. And of course, we will have the best of three in that particular series. We will also have the best of three series in terms of our championship later on tonight.
You know, I'm actually quite excited about Totoy Al as well, because my friend Keith is playing within this team, and he's shown a lot of progress last night, and you know, leveling the competition. Because since I've been in their Discord from time to time, I've heard their strategizing within those teams. So they're really focused on how they can destroy different compositions of different teams, and you know, creating a lot of movements. Hello, hello.
Okay, just comment down who's your bet in among these teams right here, and you know, we can actually have fun with it. And of course, again, the champion will get to represent the Southeast Asia server in this particular world stage, the tournament that will be happening in Thailand. So again, we have here our first lineup. It's going to be Amplified going up against Mango Javier. So I think if you're going to ask me, it's going to be Force Shielder, okay, for the banning of Team Amplified. And they just took away one of the extra layer of protection in terms of Mango Javier. So they don't have that extra layer of protection. Not unless the Gladiator will be able to do a clutch save using the shield that this particular character has. But of course, it's only meant for a single target enemy. But of course, for the side of Mango Javier, they actually banned the Force Gunner. So it's really you know, a fun you know, it's gonna be a fun thing to see, if you're gonna ask me. It's gonna be Force Blader, you know, the Wizard, Gladiator, Force Archer, and Dark Mage for the side of Amplified, and Force Archer, Warrior, Gladiator, Dark Mage, and Force Blader for the side of Team Mango Javier. So the only difference or the only similarities between these two teams right here is that they don't have that extra layer of protection. And of course, they will have to rely mostly on the capability of the Force Archer to provide sustain in terms of their HP. And at the same time, for the Warrior, of course, they can actually provide additional buff for the entire team. Not to mention, they also have the Dark Mage that can actually petrify some of the, you know, some of the players or some of the class in the arena. And The only thing that separates these two among each other is the wizard, because they have a wizard that could actually remove the debuff that will be applied by both the Force Blader and of course the Dark Mage from Mango Javier. Now, the question is, will Amplified be able to like go on a winning streak in this particular match right here, or will Mango Javier be able to actually, break the streak that Amplified was able to show us in day one? Because again, they dominated everyone with a 15-0 score, no kill count on their team. So I cannot really wait to see these teams perform in this particular match right here. By the way, the winner of this match right here, this is a best of one series. So the winner of this particular first round in our semifinals will go straight to finals. Okay, and they will be waiting for their opponent, be it Totay Al or be it Paldon. Okay, so that's what's about to go down tonight. So it's a real sorry, Death Squad or Totay Al. I'm so sorry. Okay. So how about you guys? Who do you think will win in this particular match right here? Is it gonna be Team Amplified? Is it gonna be Team Is it gonna be Team Mango Javier? Again, I have my bias right here, but given that most of the wins coming from Team Amplified is like a 15-0 streak, it's really hard to determine who's going to be the winner of these matches right here. Not to mention, again, the role of the Force Archer was given to Gia FA. It was not given to Z Lady Anne. Again, this will actually decide the fate of who's going to go to the final round in our day 2 of the Ultimate War of Celestials Maximized Battle. So match start, there's the buff, there's the additional layer of HP coming in from the Warrior. Amplified being aggressive, they're trying to capture their opponent. Okay, let's see how is this gonna happen. So they're not attacking each other. I'm not sure what's happening right now, but there's the first attack. Okay, first hit coming in from Mango Javier. Okay, and there's gonna be a clash happening right here in the middle of the arena. But so far, none of these players' life is in danger. So we're gonna go ahead and just observe what's happening. But as you can see, for the side of Amplified, J Zone is about to get punished, but Gia FA is being punished, and that gives Amplified the first kill count that they need for tonight, bringing them 13 steps closer to the final. Z Lady Anne getting decimated. That's the trade-off coming in. Lone Wolf being taken out of the equation as well. So this is a very good matchup, everyone, because no one's letting up. Okay, there's a trade-off every single kill that they will actually have. But the thing is, in terms of advantage, Amplified is actually up by at least a 1 kill count. And that's going to be another kill coming in from the side of Mango Javier. Are they trying their best? And they're trying their best to actually even up the score. And there you go, everyone.
You know what I like about this Amplified? Amplified used their wizard very efficiently, since after the Dark Mage from Mango Javier casted the Amplified, they immediately removed the buff. So the one more team, one more player trying to increase damage, try to create space, and try to take the lead from Mango Javier. And insanely, Amplified is performing and leading against Mango Javier right now.
Mm-hmm. And as you can see, again, no one's letting up. The HP of these teams right here, it's still, healthy. It's none's going critical yet. But J-Zone is more than half an HP down. But that's the save. That's the heal coming in from our Force Archer. So again, no one's letting up. We are 7 minutes. We still have 7 minutes or more than 7 minutes left in the clock. Anything can happen here. Every single kill count is going to be really, really crucial for each of these teams right here. So I can't really say much about what's going on, but Z Lady Anne, oh God,
once again,
oh my God.
The Amplified's lineup is quite strong. It's quite to be, to be reckoned with, since they have a lot of sustain within their team and can remove a lot of negative buffs. That's, creating a lot of space against Mango Javier. That's why they are, leading right now for about 3 kills or so.
Definitely, the streak has been broken. Okay, there's a point coming in from the side of Mango Javier. They're trying to do some trade-offs, but that's not enough. GFA just got taken out a while ago, but Jason, that's gonna be a punish coming in from Mango Javier, earning them another kill count. But at least, if I'm gonna be checking the meter, I am gonna say that Amplified is, still like let's say 3 or 2 kill count ahead of Team Mango Javier. So we still have like more than 6 minutes. Anything can happen here, Stats.
Yes, that is true. But as you can see, Amplified is really utilizing the BM of their Gladiator, efficiently creating space for the Force Archer of the side of Amplified. Because the Force Archer from Amplified is free hitting, and same with their Dark Mage, creating a lot of damage, while the Gladiator is creating a lot of space for them to free hit and dish out a lot of DPS during that time of battle.
Pushing out lots of damage. I mean, again, we've been saying that all the Dark Mage can do is just debuff, and they can't do much. They can just debuff. But then again, at some point of some of the matches that I've witnessed, the Dark Mage can actually duke it out in terms of dealing so much damage or dishing out so much damage as well while applying that debuff. So I think the difference that's happening here, that's why Amplified is up and points up in terms of kill count, is because they have that wizard that can actually remove the debuff. And as
Yes.
you can see, Z Lady and got taken out once again, and we are like more than or at least half the meter in terms of Amplify's kill count.
It's quite insane from the Amplified side, since their draft has a think ahead to remove the buff of the dark mage, the petrified. While even though the Mango Javier also has a dark mage, they can easily remove the petrified effect from the opposing team with the wizard's skill. As you could, I totally agree with your early remarks regarding the dark mage, but I do believe that the BM2 of Dark Mage can also try to overcome the damage of Force Archers and Force Gunners, since it's a huge TPS, plus there's another skill, a buff skills from the Dark Mage that increases its damage by 200%.
True. That's why, again, Dark Mage, all of the Dark Mage players out there, wow, my
Yes.
kudos to each and every one of you guys, applying debuff and at the same time dealing damage all at once. So, wow, that just wow. But as you can see, G has been punished right here, adding another kill count in the meter of Amplified. Lone Wolf is gonna go down in flames as well, hitting the floor, and that's gonna be another score for Mango Javier. But the thing is, can they still catch up? We are down to our last 4 minutes of this match right here. Remember, everyone, the first team that will actually win this match right here will go straight to the finals and will earn the shot to represent the Southeast Asia server of the Ultimate War of Celestial Seas Maximized Battle that will take place in the world stage in Thailand.
As you can see, Amplified's wizard is really doing a lot of things. He's creating miracles. He's removing the buffs, and at the same time with this BM, he can create a lot of damage and create a lot of space for his teams. Lady Anne is down again. Looks like there's always a target behind the streamer's back, if I'm correct.
That's true. Maybe not because they're streamers, but they are the most viable target if you're gonna ask me. Because they have pretty much the same team comp, just like what I've said a while ago. The only difference is the wizard and the warrior. But
Yes.
if you're gonna ask me, the wizard is really working its miracles from the side of Amplified, because most likely Mango Javier is also relying so much on their debuff in terms of their lineup. They don't have that solid damage dealer, and that they don't have anyone to actually remove the debuff coming in from the side of Amplify. They have the Execration, Field of Execration, the Mana Freeze. Everything is being applied on the side of on the side of Amplified. So I don't know how Mango Javier can actually avoid getting debuffed without that help coming in from the wizard.
That is true because the dark mage can create a lot of space, especially when one of the Mango Javier's team is petrified and another one is silenced. They cannot create a lot of damage during that time since two of their players are stuck within those debuffs. But as you can see, Amplified has a straightforward strategy. If the dark mage is available on the Mango Javier, they go straight forwarded, and then if the force archer is always available, they always trying to catch him also. So the only target for Amplified here is the force archer and the dark mage. I have not seen the other three classes dying within this match. Do you agree with me, Anduins?
It's all about pinning down the most squishy targets. And if you're gonna ask me, I'm gonna go with the Force Archer and of course the Dark Mage.
Yes.
Given the fact that I have a Force Blader that could actually fold and maybe segregate or separate these two classes, squishy classes, from their teammates. And as you can see, Z Ladian is being punished. Once again, we have our last 59 seconds on the clock. Is this gonna be it for the Mango Javiers? Will they have a shot at the third place later on? Or can they still pull a miracle and do a Cinderella story and make a comeback within that 46 seconds on the clock?
I was really excited and I was rooting for Mango Javier, but right now Amplified has the edge of strategizing within this kind of battle because, as you can see, they have acquired the wizard class that can easily counter the negative buff from the dark mage side of Mango Javier. That's why it's insane how Amplified studied the different matches from yesterday and utilized the classes available to them today.
Oof. Wow, with only 16 seconds left, they actually buried the final nail in the coffin. And congratulations to Amplify, guys! Wow, let's give it up for them, guys.
Congratulations,
Amazing.
Amplified. What an amazing performance from their side.
I am really, really stoked. I'm really, really excited. I'm really, really hyped. Congratulations, Amplified, by being the first team to actually enter the finals. It's insane. Just like what I said. Anything can happen, and I think Mango Javier has proven themselves a very worthy opponents for Amplified because they were able to break the streak of Amplified, without anyone dying from their team yesterday. But they were able to score at least more than 5 or 7 kill count for their team. But that's not actually enough in order for them to at least bring their team closer to victory. And in the end, they got decimated by Amplified. But let's see what happened in the highlights. So, what can you say about the highlights, Stas?
As you can see, they're really just focusing the Dark Mage and the Force Archer because easily you could see that after the Dark Mage, Lady Anne dying, Gia is already on the verge of death. That's why I do think that Amplified has created a strategy enough to destroy Mango Javier and decimate all the competition that they're going against. So within the finals, I'm quite curious what kind of strategy they will whip out and show their prowess, show their knowledge, and of course show how great they are, how better they are from other teams.
Right, that's true. That's true. Again, this is one thing that I really really noticed. So, this is like a tournament wherein you can think as much as you want that there's no strategy. They're just attacking each other in random. But this is a well thought of plan, okay, everyone. So they are really thinking way ahead of time. They're doing research about their opponents. Their ergo Amplified right here was able to actually utilize that particular class, which is the wizard, that's shown brightly in this particular match against, or in their particular match against the Mango Javier, because the wizard was able to debuff everything that was thrown at them and giving them enough space to actually bring home the win and enter the final match later on tonight.
I'm really excited what kind of performance the next match will show because as you can see, Amplified has studied the matches yesterday, and created a lot of planning within this day two, and they are well prepared on what kind of strategy they will be composing within those matches. Because as you can see, Dark Mage has never missed a match yesterday. It was always available for the teams. It was always for the grabs, and but Amplified saw through that and created a counter for the Dark Mage, which is the Wizard that is turned the tables against this match regarding Amplified and Mango Javier.
So I guess that's about it for round number one. So we're gonna come back later on tonight. We're just gonna have a quick break. The Ultimate War of Celestials, the Maximized Battle, will be back after a very quick break. See you later, guys.
Once our world stood mighty, a land of power and prosperity. But greed awakened a darkness that shattered everything, leaving only chaos. Now, that darkness returns, stronger than ever, consuming all in its wake. Yet, hope remains, as the warriors of Nevereth rise once more to defy their fate. Two great nations stand, Capella, guardians of wisdom and order, and Procyon, champions of strength and conquest. The war has begun. Claim your destiny. Cabal, ultimate combo. Rise now as the true king.
We are the bearers of faith, the eternal flame that will never fade. Capella stands as the guardian of divine purpose and sacred order. For we know, freedom without direction becomes destruction. They are Procyon. They spread fear, twist lies, and call it freedom. But we see through it. We do not waver. We train. We endure. For this war is sacred. We fight for the true light, for a world uncorrupted by deception. So choose not rebellion, but revelation. Swear your blade. Stand with Capella.
They called it order, but we remember it as chains. Their religion, their laws, their teachings. They protect no one but themselves. But we rose, with bare hands, with rage, and hearts that will not kneel. We are Procyon, born of pain and bound by memory. We will burn every lie to ass. Because freedom is never given. It must be taken. Procyon, step beyond false light and fight for freedom.
I saw it with my own eyes. The moment the sky tore open, we fought until the stones wept. Neither side gave in. Neither side stepped back. And then it arrived. A force from a nameless realm. It chose no side. It devoured everything. I remember their eye in that moment. We were no longer enemies. We fought as one. No orders, no promises, only survival. That day stays with us, not for victory, but because we didn't die alone. Perhaps the darkness came only to remind us where the light truly lives.
The Great War between Procyon and Capella, yeah, that ended a long time ago. Now then, let's take a look at everyday life here in Cabal. At the edge of Navrith, there's a place. They say it holds rare treasures and powerful relics. Only the greedy dare to enter, but if the reward's worth it, someone always takes the risk. Look at that, ghosts? Monsters? Think they'll survive? Wanna bet? This isn't just a dungeon, it's a test of guts. Are you brave enough to try?
Once, our world stood mighty, a land of power and prosperity. But greed awakened a darkness that shattered everything, leaving only chaos. Now, that darkness returns, stronger than ever, consuming all in its wake. Yet, hope remains, as the warriors of Nevereth rise once more to defy their fate. Two great nations stand, Capella, guardians of wisdom and order, and Procyon, champions of strength and conquest. The war has begun. Claim your destiny. Cabal, ultimate combo. Rise now as the true king.
We are the bearers of faith, the eternal flame that will never fade. Capella stands as the guardian of divine purpose and sacred order. For we know.
And we're back, everyone, to the Ultimate Warp Celestials, the maximized battle. As you can see a while ago, you just witnessed the heated battle between Amplified and Team Mango Javier, ending in, Mango Javier getting decimated, but still they tried their very best. They were able to break the streak of Team Amplified by providing at least more than 5 or 7 kill count under their name. And still, that's not enough. So, as you can see, it's gonna be Team Amplified who will first enter the grand finals or the finals for this tournament. But as you can see right now, we have two teams. What can you tell me about these teams right here?
I'm quite excited versus that squad in Totoy Al, since this is a friendly battle and they know each other within the game. So I'm quite excited what kind of strategy Keith and his friends has developed within Totoy Al, and of course lighting arrows, knowledgeable techniques within those matches that will occur within the finals whatsoever. So let's see what who will win, that squad or Totoy Al.
Well, if you're gonna check the lineup, they banned the Force Blader for the side of that squad, and of course, Totoy Al banned the Force Archer. So they took away that single bullet that will actually help that squad sustain pretty much most of their teammates. But again, if you will notice, that squad didn't mostly rely on Force Archer yesterday. They relied mostly in HP potions. So I don't know if they can actually replicate the result of what they did yesterday. But it's a very bold move. It's a very brave and bold move if they're gonna try this one out during the semifinals. Given the fact that this can actually cost them their chances of entering the championship.
I'm quite curious. They swapped out the Force Gunner towards the Archer. Oh, the Force Archer is banned right now, so that's why the Force Archer cannot be seen within this match. But I'm quite curious how they will utilize their Force Gunner within this match, especially that we all know that Force Gunners are one of the highest DPS classes within the matches of our tournament.
Yeah, that's true. But then again, just like what I said, even without the Force Archer, they just really have to focus on their goal and their focus on what they want to do in this particular match right here. Then again, they both don't have a Force Archer. So it was
Yes.
banned on the side of Team Death Squad. They really can't use it because it was banned. But I'm not sure with Totoy Al. because they have the capability, or they have the opportunity to actually pick the Force Archer, but they didn't. Okay, they didn't. So this is like an evenly matched situation. They're gonna be relying mostly on health potions and the speed recovery that each classes can provide to
You know,
to them.
within the team of Totoy Al, I don't see a huge DPS class within them because there's only a wizard and the dark mage that can create a lot of DPS with their range attacks. So I'm really curious what kind of techniques they'll show us today because they have the wizard. So unlike the the match from earlier, they're missing a lot of DPS classes within their lineup.
Well, that's just like what I've mentioned a while ago. They have the gladiator that can actually pretty much support the dark mage. So in this particular lineup of Totay Al, I think it's gonna be the dark mage who will be providing most of the damage, being supported by the force shielder, the wizard, and the gladiator as well. So the beefy or the tanking will actually be provided by the warrior and the force shielder. So as you can see, there's no, a shadow shield being activated yet. They're waiting for the perfect opportunity, and as you can see, light arrow right here is being
Oh my
decimated. But
god.
Fuyuki got taken down first. There's gonna be a trade-off between these two teams right here. It's gonna be a 1-1 score. They are even here. They are the score is even. Everyone, they're not letting up. They just really need to rely mostly on their potions. And as you can see, the Death Squad was able to activate that shadow shield, that extra layer of protection. But Totoy Al is not yet using their shadow shield, as you can see in the field.
Look at that, and the Death Squad, they are really focusing the Dark Mage of Totoy Al, chasing two characters are chasing him right now, and right now the Force Shielder is gaining the distance towards the Dark Mage of Totoy Al, and he's disabling the potential of the Dark Mage from the opposing side. So I'm really excited what kind of strategy that squad is has cooked up because right now Totoy Al is quite ahead and making a lot of distance between them.
Well, in terms of the difference or haymaker, again, your DPS, as you can see a while ago, you just mentioned that they have a very decent DPS for the side of that squad. But what can
Yes.
that DPS do if that DPS kept on running? Okay, your damage output is being interrupted because you keep on running away from your enemy. So it's gonna be really difficult for you to actually do your job because Totoy Al's team is in hot pursuit of this particular DPS dealer, and as you can see, they're just focusing on that DPS, ignoring everyone or every classes as much as possible. They just want to focus on the Force Gunner. So that's the strategy of Totoy Al. So the advantage of Totoy Al's team right here against that squad is they have the wizard that can actually remove the debuff coming in from the Dark Mage.
I totally agree with you right now. As you can see, even the Force Gunner from that squad is focusing the Dark Mage, but it's not enough damage since a lot of players from Totoy Al is gaining the distance towards the Force Gunners of that squad. That's why he's been dying multiple times right now. As I believe the Force Gunner from that squad has already died twice in a row without dishing a lot of damage. That's why Totoy Al has been studying their opponent quite well during this match. That's why I do think that they are gaining the edge against that squad.
Mm-hmm. That's You're absolutely correct. And but again, we still have like so much time left on the clock, so anything can still happen here. So if you're gonna ask me, if there's gonna be a miracle, in this on the side of that squad, it can or they can actually make it happen. It just depends on it depends mostly on how well executed their plays are. But as you can see, they're trying to even really tie up the score, killing every single members of Totoy Al, trying their best to even up in order for them to have the opportunity to stand in the platform. That's gonna be another kill coming in from Totoy Al. They're trying to widen the distance between them and the Death Squad, but I don't know what's gonna happen. We still have like 6 minutes left on the clock.
Yes, I totally agree with you. But I do think that that squad is just warming up because they are catching from Totoy Al, because Totoy Al is only ahead by 1 kill. So I do believe that that squad can create, a lot of movements within this match and show Totoy Al that they are better. Oh my God, Totoy Al just increased the kill count, their kill count by 2. So they are ahead from that squad right now. But that squad is still chasing, and let's see how they can utilize their classes because their 4 shielder right now is going low.
Speaking of going low, again, they just really need to rely mostly on health potions right here, ladies and gentlemen, because it's really, really imperative that you have a presence of mind. But I think that's the art of defense being activated. No, not really. Okay, it's just a battle mode, but that wizard will pretty much deal so much damage as well, while roaming around the field, reducing or removing some buff or debuff coming in from the Dark Mage of Team Death Squad. Again, as you can see, most of the kill count that's coming in from the side of Totoy Al is from Bria and Light Arrow of that squad. So that's where most of their kills are coming from. Same goes with Team Totoy Al. Okay, but unfortunately, if you will observe, it's just the Dark Mage who's been the sole target of that squad. That's why, in every kill count that they do, Totoy Al is up by at least 2 or 1 point, because Totoy Al has 2 targets in the side of that squad, but that squad only has 1 target in Totoy Al, and that is the Dark Mage.
Yes, I totally agree with you. I see that that squad has figured out that Totoy Al's wizard is not moving a lot. He cannot kite a lot. That's why he's been dying multiple times in a row. And after killing the wizard, they are pinpointing their attention towards the Dark Mage of Totoy Al. So I do think that that squad has the answer, but Totoy Al's are keeping a lot more questions to give them the win.
That's true. So then again, it's gonna be anything can happen. We still have 3 minutes or more than like 3 minutes left on the clock. I think Totoy Al just needs like 3 more kill count in order for them to seal or to nail the final coffin for that squad and earn themselves the chance to actually represent the Southeast Asia server for our
Oh my
world's
God.
tournament. Okay?
Wizard is dead again for Totoy Al, so that's quite insane, They have because Keith is showing a huge performance right now because he's been kiting quite well, and the Wizard is quite lacking the that squad
it's all tied
right
up!
now.
It's all tied up!
God,
It's
Keith
all tied
is
up!
now dead again. It's an even battle, Anduins. This is a crazy match against that squad and Totoy Al.
Okay, I think, whoa, that squad, they just needed to focus on the 4 shielder or maybe the wizard even, and they can actually seal the deal. Oh my God, this is a
This is a quite exciting
neck, man.
match. Oh my God,
Okay.
just 2 kills for each team right now. That
squad! One
That
more
squad
kill!
and Totoy Al are
One more
catching.
kill!
Catching
One
one more kill
kill!
for each
Who's
team.
gonna go
Let's
first?
go.
Who's gonna win?
Who won?
Who won?
Who won? Who won? Who won?
That
Who
squad!
won?
Oh!
Oh my God! that
Holy
squad.
moly, man!
What an insane match! What an insane match! That squad pulled a miracle out of their ass. Showed Totoy Al that they are quite better within the warm-ups and during the match. Anduins, what are your opinion regarding this match? Because it was quite exciting. Totoy Al took a huge advantage in the early matches, but that squad showed that they are better right now. So
I can't say anything, man. It's like a Cinderella story, dude. I mean, sorry for being so hyped up, guys. Because, wow, from behind, they absolutely waited patiently for that, for the perfect opportunity to strike and take out, some of the members of Team Totoy Al. And with that particular timing, they were able to, at least nail the final, hammer the final nail in the coffin. Not for them, but for Totoy Al. So let's see what happened in the highlights. As you can see, guys, just like what I've said a while ago, they're trying to just target, okay, the Dark Mage for the side of Totoy Al. That's why that squad has been behind in terms of points, because Totoy Al's target is the Dark Mage and the Force Gunner. So I think the reason why this happened as well is that they realized that we have to change our tactics, we have to change our strategy. They have to actually move a lot, and at the same time pinpoint who is the most squishy target in Totoy Al's team. And it turns out it's gonna be the Wizard and the Dark Mage. I was surprised, but as you can see here, the Force Shielder got decimated like paper in the process right here. There was one time that the Force Shielder of Totoy I'll get decimated like a piece of paper. But as you can see, they were relentless. They were really composed, and the presence of mind is there. So wow, I can't say anything anymore about that squad. They were able to pull a miracle and a comeback from behind, against the Totoy Al.
I was just, I never doubted my Death Squad. They're one of my favorite, and I know it's wrong to have a bias as a caster, but you could see that they were quite determined, and they saw who was the weakest link in Totoy Al, and it turns out it was the Wizard, because the Wizard lacked the mobility. He lacked the movements. That's why they pinpoint the Wizard, keep killing him, and then after that, turning their attention to Keith, the Dark Mage from Totoy Al. So kudos to that squad. What a great analyzation within the match. It was quite insane performance from them, catching up from a 5-kill deficit.
Wow. So again, that's pretty much it for our semifinals. So if we're gonna take a closer look at in our bracket, we're gonna see the lineup later. But of course, to you guys who's watching at home, here's the first code for this evening. So what are you guys waiting for? Make sure that you subscribe to Combo Interactive in order for you to stay updated for tournaments like this in the future. You may never know, Anduin might fly over to Thailand. They might actually hire me as their caster if you want that to happen. I'm just kidding. Okay, but then again, this is the first code for tonight, guys. Log into your page in the website, go to rewards, and claim it now.
What a great match. What a great match. Anduin already making his move to become the next caster for our Thailand segment. He is really, really praying to the gods that, we bring him. But, there's a good word for Anduin, because Anduin's been a caster for a very long time within Cabal. And, a lot of people love him. And is always within their seats within their seats to, join within the streams whatsoever in the events. So, kudos to Anduin. I love you, brother. I love you.
I love you too, man. But then again, if we could actually show the bracket, so people can actually see that in the finals it's gonna be amplified going up against team that squad, and later on, before we get to the final round or the finals, we're gonna have our battle for third. It's gonna be team Mango Javier going up against Totoy Al. So let's see who's gonna be the winner of these matchup right here. But don't go anywhere, everyone. We still have some codes left to give you guys. So don't go anywhere, because the Ultimate War of Celestials, the Maximized Battle, will be back after a short break.
Once our world stood mighty, a land of power and prosperity. But greed awakened a darkness that shattered everything, leaving only chaos. Now, that darkness returns, stronger than ever, consuming all in its wake. Yet, hope remains, as the warriors of Nevereth rise once more to defy their fate. Two great nations stand, Capella, guardians of wisdom and order, and Procyon, champions of strength and conquest. The war has begun, Claim your destiny. Cabal, Ultimate Combo. Rise now as the true king.
We are the bearers of faith, the eternal flame that will never fade. Capella stands as the guardian of divine purpose and sacred order. For we know, freedom without direction becomes destruction. They are Procyon. They spread fear, twist lies, and call it freedom. But we see through it. We do not waver. We train. We endure. For this war is sacred. We fight for the true light, for a world uncorrupted by deception. So choose not rebellion, but revelation. Swear your blade. Stand with Capella.
They called it order, but we remember it as change. Their religion, their laws, their teachings. They protect no one but themselves. But we rose, with bare hands, with rage and hearts that will not kneel. We are Procyon, born of pain and bound by memory. We will burn every lie to ass. Because freedom is never given. It must be taken. Procyon, step beyond false light and fight for freedom.
I saw it with my own eyes. The moment the sky tore open, we fought until the stones wept. Neither side gave in. Neither side stepped back. And then it arrived. A force from a nameless realm. It chose no side. It devoured everything. I remember their eye in that moment. We were no longer enemies. We fought as one. No orders, no promises, only survival. That day stays with us, not for victory, but because we didn't die alone. Perhaps the darkness came only to remind us where the light truly lives.
The Great War between Procyon and Capella, yeah, that ended a long time ago. Now then, let's take a look at everyday life here in Cabal. At the edge of Navrith, there's a place. They say it holds rare treasures and powerful relics. Only the greedy dare to enter. But if the reward's worth it, someone always takes the risk. Look at that. Ghosts? Monsters? Think they'll survive? Wanna bet? This isn't just a dungeon. It's a test of guts. Are you brave enough to try?
Once, our world stood mighty, a land of power and prosperity. But greed awakened.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Ultimate Warp Celestials Maximized Battle. So, a while ago, you just witnessed the battle between Team Death Squad versus Team Totoy Al. So, Team Death Squad emerged victorious right from right from the back, okay, of Totoy Al. So they were taken aback in that particular matchup because I don't think that Totoy Al was negligent or was actually complacent with everything that they actually throw they throw against that squad. It's just that that squad was able to adjust their strategy in the latter part of the game, gaining them another advantage in the latter part, and I was really surprised and taken aback because at the last minutes, everything was like, wow, okay. What about you, Stas? How are you feeling so far in our matches tonight?
To be honest, I was really thrilled against with the matchmaking of Death Squad and Totoy Al. I was really surprised how the game ended, because at the start, Totoy Al really showed them that they had the advantage. They have the skills to overcome that squad, but that squad analyzed the game perfectly and found the weakest link, which was the wizard from Totoy Al. That's why they easily gained a lot of kills and destroyed the competition within the match of between the two teams. I was I was really not expecting the comeback from that squad, because they had a 5 kill deficit against Totoy Al. So
That's true.
it was a miracle, just like Anduin says, a
It
miracle.
was. It was like a Cinderella story, if you're gonna ask me. They made a very miraculous comeback, being at least behind for his 5 kill point against Totoy Al, and it was really, an amazing feat to see, because I am on the edge of my seat a while ago, because that was a very exciting and exhilarating to see. Um, with that 1 point difference towards one another, we were like, who's gonna get the first, or who's gonna get the kill first, and who's gonna enter the grand finals tonight. Definitely, I was not really expecting that squad, but wow, again, from the ashes they rise. Okay, like a phoenix. Okay, winning that particular matchup and earning the right to compete in the grand finals.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I'm quite curious what kind of match Death Squad versus Amplified gonna show right now, because as you know, Amplified is the strongest from their bracket. They decimated the competition within their matches since 15-0 yesterday, and continued this trick right now. So I'm really curious what kind of match Amplified and Death Squad are gonna show us tonight. Especially, this is gonna be a best of 3, and they can adjust a lot of their strategies within those matches from those 3 matches that will occur tonight.
Well, if you're gonna ask me, I'll say that it's gonna be a total bloodbath. It's gonna be a total bloodbath from the get go, because these two teams won't actually leave any spaces. Won't leave any chances to their opponent. They won't give each other any time to breathe. Okay, so it's gonna be a really, really close match against one another, if you're gonna ask me, because this is the grand finals. If they don't really give it their best, it's gonna be really difficult for you to really say, even though you do win this tournament, if you didn't give it your best, it's gonna be really hard for you to say that I'm the champion of the Ultimate War of Celestials maximized battle. So the bragging right is there. So they are really, really focused on their goal, and that is to represent the entire Southeast Asia server in the World's tournament happening in Thailand. But yeah, I think some of our players are not yet ready. So maybe we can show you the bracket, so you can have like an understanding before we go on our break. Okay. So yeah, maybe later on after our break, we're gonna be showing you the bracket. So again, guys, don't go anywhere. The Ultimate War of Celestials, the Maximized Battle, will be back after a short break.
Once our world stood mighty, a land of power and prosperity. But greed awakened a darkness that shattered everything, leaving only chaos. Now, that darkness returns, stronger than ever, consuming all in its wake. Yet, hope remains, as the warriors of Nevereth rise once more to defy their fate. Two great nations stand, Capella, guardians of wisdom and order, and Procyon, champions of strength and conquest. The war has begun. Claim your destiny. Cabal, ultimate combo. Rise now as the true king.
We are the bearers of faith, the eternal flame that will never fade. Capella stands as the guardian of divine purpose and sacred order. For we know, freedom without direction becomes destruction. They are Procyon. They spread fear, twist lies, and call it freedom. But we see through it. We do not waver. We train. We endure. For this war is sacred. We fight for the true light, for a world uncorrupted by deception. So choose not rebellion, but revelation. Swear your blade. Stand with Capella.
They called it order, but we remember it as change. Their religion, their laws, their teachings. They protect no one but themselves. But we rose, with bare hands, with rage, and hearts that will not kneel. We are Procyon, born of pain and bound by memory. We will burn every lie to ass. Because freedom is never given. It must be taken. Procyon, step beyond false light and fight for freedom.
I saw it with my own eyes. The moment the sky tore open, we fought until the stones wept. Neither side gave in. Neither side stepped back. And then it arrived. A force from a nameless realm. It chose no side. It devoured everything. I remember their eye in that moment. We were no longer enemies. We fought as one. No orders, no promises, only survival. That day stays with us, not for victory, but because we didn't die alone. Perhaps the darkness came only to remind us where the light truly lives.
The Great War between Procyon and Capella, yeah, that ended a long time ago. Now then, let's take a look at everyday life here in Cabal. At the edge of Navareth, there's a place. They say it holds rare treasures and powerful relics. Only the greedy dare to enter. But if the reward's worth it, someone always takes the risk. Look at that. Ghosts? Monsters? Think they'll survive? Wanna bet? This isn't just a dungeon. It's a test of guts. Are you brave enough to try?
Once, our world stood mighty, a land of power and prosperity. But greed awakened a darkness that shattered everything, leaving only chaos. Now, that darkness returns, stronger than ever, consuming all in its wake. Yet, hope remains, as the warriors of Nevereth rise once more to defy their fate. Two great nations stand, Capella, guardians of wisdom and order, and Procyon, champions of strength and conquest. The war has begun. Claim your destiny. Cabal, ultimate combo. Rise now as the true king.
We are the bearers of faith, the eternal flame that will never fade. Capella stands as the guardian of divine purpose and sacred order. For we know, freedom without direction becomes destruction. They are Procyon. They spread fear, twist lies, and call it freedom. But we see through it. We do not waver. We train. We endure. For this war is sacred. We fight for the true light, for a world uncorrupted by deception. So choose not rebellion, but revelation. Swear your blade. Stand with Capella.
They called it order, but we remember it as chains. Their religion, their laws, their teachings. They protect no one but themselves. But we rose, with bare hands, with rage and hearts that will not kneel. We are Procyon, born of pain and bound by memory. We will burn every lie to ass. Because freedom is never given. It must be taken. Procyon, step beyond false light and fight for freedom.
I saw it with my own eyes. The moment the sky tore open, we fought until the stones wept. Neither side gave in. Neither side stepped back. And then it arrived. A force from a nameless realm. It chose no side. It devoured everything. I remember their eye in that moment. We were no longer enemies. We fought as one. No orders, no promises, only survival. That day stays with us, not for victory, but because we didn't die alone. Perhaps the darkness came only to remind us where the light truly lives.
The Great War between Procyon and Capella, yeah, that ended a long time ago. Now then, let's take a look at everyday life here in Cabal. At the edge of Navareth, there's a place. They say it holds rare treasures and powerful relics. Only the greedy dare to enter. But if the reward's worth it, someone always takes the risk. Look at that. Ghosts? Monsters? Think they'll survive? Wanna bet? This isn't just a dungeon. It's a test of guts. Are you brave enough to try?
Once, our world stood mighty, a land of power and prosperity. But greed awakened a darkness that shattered everything, leaving only chaos. Now, that darkness returns, stronger than ever, consuming all in its wake. Yet, hope remains, as the warriors of Nevereth rise once more to defy their fate. Two great nations stand, Capella, guardians of wisdom and order, and Procyon, champions of strength and conquest. The war has begun. Claim your destiny. Cabal, ultimate combo. Rise now as the true king.
We are the bearers of faith, the eternal flame that will never fade. Capella stands as the guardian of divine purpose and sacred order. For we know, freedom without direction becomes destruction. They are Procyon. They spread fear, twist lies, and call it freedom. But we see through it. We do not waver. We train. We endure. For this war is sacred. We fight for the true light, for a world uncorrupted by deception. So choose not rebellion, but revelation. Swear your blade. Stand with Capella.
They called it order, but we remember it as chains. Their religion, their laws, their teachings. They protect no one but themselves. But we rose, with bare hands, with rage, and hearts that will not kneel. We are Procyon, born of pain and bound by memory. We will burn every lie to ass. Because freedom is never given. It must be taken. Procyon, step beyond false light and fight for freedom.
I saw it with my own eyes. The moment the sky tore open, we fought until the stones wept. Neither side gave in. Neither side stepped back. And then it arrived. A force from a nameless realm. It chose no side. It devoured everything. I remember their eye in that moment. We were no longer enemies. We fought as one. No orders, no promises, only survival. That day stays with us, not for victory, but because we didn't die alone. Perhaps the darkness came only to remind us where the light truly lives.
The Great War between Procyon and Capella, yeah, that ended a long time ago. Now then, let's take a look at everyday life here in Cabal. At the edge of Navareth, there's a place. They say it holds rare treasures and powerful relics. Only the greedy dare to enter, but if the reward's worth it, someone always takes the risk. Look at that, ghosts? Monsters? Think they'll survive? Wanna bet? This isn't just a dungeon, it's a test of guts. Are you brave enough to try?
Once, our world stood mighty, a land of power and prosperity. But greed awakened a darkness that shattered everything, leaving only chaos. Now, that darkness returns, stronger than ever, consuming all in its wake. Yet, hope remains, as the warriors of Nevereth rise once more to defy their fate. Two great nations stand, Capella, guardians of wisdom and order, and Procyon, champions of strength and conquest. The war has begun. Claim your destiny. Cabal, ultimate combo. Rise now as the true king.
We are the bearers of faith, the eternal flame that will never fade. Capella stands as the guardian of divine purpose and sacred order. For we know freedom without direction becomes destruction. They are Procyon. They spread fear, twist lies, and call it freedom. But we see through it. We do not waver. We train. We endure. For this war is sacred. We fight for the true light, for a world uncorrupted by deception. So choose not rebellion, but revelation. Swear your blade. Stand with Capella.
They called it order, but we remember it as chains. Their religion, their laws, their teachings. They protect no one but themselves. But we rose, with bare hands, with rage, and hearts that will not kneel. We are Procyon, born of pain and bound by memory. We will burn every lie to ass. Because freedom is never given. It must be taken. Procyon, step beyond false light and fight for freedom.
I saw it with my own eyes. The moment the sky tore open, we fought until the stones wept. Neither side gave in. Neither side stepped back. And then it arrived. A force from a nameless realm. It chose no side. It devoured everything. I remember their eye in that moment. We were no longer enemies. We fought as one. No orders, no promises, only survival. That day stays with us, not for victory, but because we didn't die alone. Perhaps the darkness came only to remind us where the light truly lives.
The Great War between Procyon and Capella, yeah, that ended a long time ago. Now then, let's take a look at everyday life here in Cabal. At the edge of Navareth, there's a place. They say it holds rare treasures and powerful relics. Only the greedy dare to enter. But if the reward's worth it, someone always takes the risk. Look at that. Ghosts? Monsters? Think they'll survive? Wanna bet? This isn't just a dungeon. It's a test of guts. Are you brave enough to try?
Once, our world stood mighty, a land of power and prosperity. But greed awakened a darkness that shattered everything, leaving only chaos. Now, that darkness returns, stronger than ever, consuming all in its wake. Yet, hope remains, as the warriors of Nevereth rise once more to defy their fate. Two great nations stand, Capella, guardians of wisdom and order, and Procyon, champions of strength and conquest. The war has begun. Claim your destiny in Cabal, Ultimate Combo. Rise now as the true king.
We are the bearers of faith, the eternal flame that will...
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Ultimate War of the Celestials, the Maximize Battle. So a while ago, sorry to keep you guys waiting for a bit. We have been finalizing the lineup for both the best of three series that will happen later on tonight. We have the battle for third, and of course we have the battle for the best and the championship later on after the battle. So we're gonna have the battle for third first. It's gonna be Totoy Al going up against team. Um, as you can see here, Mango Javier. So these are both Filipino teams, right? So as you can see for Totoy Al, they actually banned the Force Archer, and they cannot, or Mango Javier cannot use it. So that means Gia will have a hard time adjusting to the role that will be given to him or her. And of course, for the side of Totoy Al, they actually banned the warrior. But given the mere fact that Totoy Al dominated the field a while ago, even without that Force Archer, uh, I think it's gonna be a bit tricky for the side of team Mango Javier to actually kind of make a dent against Totoy Al right here. But it depends on the strategy. Again, so far the only difference between these two teams right here is actually it's a mirror. It's a mirror match, everyone. So they have a Force Blader, a Force Shielder, a Wizard, Dark Mage, and a Gladiator. So it's a matter of strategizing what skill to activate first, and presence of mind as well, in terms of protecting someone using that singular target shield coming in from the side of the Gladiator.
On the wins, on the side of Mango Javier, Will Made is back, substituting for Gia. Since you're correct, the Force Archer was banned this game. Looks like they swapped out players as well. That's why Mr. Will Made, our streamer, is playing within Mango Javier.
Mm-hmm. So again, they're just measuring each other up right here. This is a battle for third, everyone. But that's the first hit coming in. They're trying to target the Force Shielder right here. Inkibusa, however, is being punished. Kata meet the Kaif will go down. That Wizard coming in from the side of Totoy Al will actually be the first blood and the first point for the side of Mango Javier. So they're trying their best to single out some of the targets right here, but I don't think it's working for the side of Totoy Al. And that's going to be another death count coming in from the side of Mango Javier. They're up with 1 point. The Force of Blader has been the target of Mango Javier ever since this match started.
I totally agree with you. Looks like the both team has different approach within this match, and I do think that Mango Javier is gaining the advantage since they are picking out the squishier target. But as you can see, the Wizard and the Dark Mage has been creating space, but Mango Javier is incorporating their knowledge within this, so they are just killing the Force Blader and destroying Keith left and right. He's been dead for about 3 times this match already.
Mhm. 4 times.
The
Make,
fourth
that,
one.
make that 4 times. Okay. So again, Totoy Al, as much as we want to cheer them on, there will be instances wherein it's really hard for them to actually keep up with everyone in the field. And everything that Mango Javier has been doing is somewhat effective. Z Lady Anne being one of the victims of that brutal punishment coming in from Totoy Al, that retaliation. But still, that doesn't really necessarily mean that if Z Lady Anne falls, it's gonna make so much of a difference in terms of the point system in our game.
It's quite the approach of Mango Javier has been different this game since if they cannot reach the Wizard because Fuyuki has improved his play style within this match this time around since he's been moving a lot, so therefore they're focusing their attention towards Keith, the Force Blader, on Totoy Al and killing him immediately, and then focusing next to the Dark Mage. So it's a very different approach from Mango Javier right now, and Totoy Al is really lacking on catching what their mistakes are, all of their mistakes that's happening right now.
Mm-hmm. So if it's gonna be really, really impossible for them to do this one, okay, and it's gonna be really impossible for them to make a dent and at the same time make a difference in terms of the score if they cannot protect Kaif right here or Keith right here, because he's been the sole target of Team Mango Javier. So I think what needs to be done on the side of Totoy Al is for Keith to actually just distance himself away from the clash, and at the same time just use that debuff to support his team from afar.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And right now for the Mango Javier side, it's insane since Totoy Al is trying to focus their wizard. Their wizard's mobility has been tremendous. What a tremendous performance using the dash fades and creating space while dealing damage. That's why Totoy Al is having a very difficult time overcoming Mango Javier right now. And
Oh,
wow,
two!
at the same time,
Woo!
I was not expecting two classes going down on Totoy Al, and right now Mango Javier
Wow,
is
but that's
focusing.
three!
What an insane performance by Mango Javier right now against Totoy Al. No, Anduins, what are your takes within these matches? Because we are seeing that Mango Javier is destroying Totoy Al to the ground right now.
Well, everything is not going according to plan for Team Totoy Al. One kill, we're just one kill away from healing the first point or the first score for Team Mango Javier. That round one is insane. So if you're gonna ask me, it really didn't went according to plan for the side of Totoy Al, and they had a terrible time keeping up with Mango Javier. Mango Javier actually pinning down the weakest link of Team Totoy Al, and we're gonna see it in our highlight. So as you can see in the highlights, guys, it's really tough because Totoy Al has been decimated on the get-go. It's actually the weakest link that's actually put Totoy Al's position in a very disadvantageous one. Kif has been decimated way too many times, has been killed way too many times, not to mention the gladiator and the force shielder who's trying to protect him also got taken down in the process. Not just them, but even the wizard. But so I think what's working for the side of Mango Javier, they know who are the targets. They are not just relying on the squishy ones, but if they see someone with the low HP, that's gonna be their main target to actually get a quick score in the leaderboard.
Yes, that's true. I was not expecting for Mango Javier to dish out a insane amount of damage and lowering the HP of three classes of Totoy Al. It was quite weird how they played. Looks like they already know the next movement of Totoy Al. That's why Mango Javier is extremely powerful this match right now. But let's see in the next two matches on how they will perform and how they can make a huge or a bigger advantage against Totoy Al. But hoping Totoy Al can learn from their mistakes from their match one and and retaliate towards the round two for against Mango Javier.
Well, if you're gonna ask me, okay, it's gonna be a bit tough for team Totoy Al. The pressure is on them because if they lose the next match, okay, that means the third placer or the position for third is gonna go to Team Mango Javier. So this is just a best of two, everyone. So even the finals, if the first winner will be able to score two wins consecutively, then they will be crowned as the champion and the third placer in our tournament right here. So the pressure is on for team Totoy Al. They really have to take note of what Mango Javier did in this particular match right here. I was so sure and I was really confident that they can actually make a difference in this match right here, that it's gonna be an easy match for them because of how well they performed against Deathmatch. So it was a toe-to-toe situation, if you can remember a while ago, right? It's just 1 point difference away from winning. But again, from behind, it's that squad. Or maybe they're still suffering from trauma. Okay, that's one thing that I would like to take a look
Yeah.
at, because they really thought that victory is within their grasp, but then suddenly, that squad was able to snatch it from them. Okay, just in the nick of time. So
Yes.
it's gotta have an effect somehow. Okay,
I,
morally, affecting the team's morale, because you were really
on the verge
near.
of winning.
Okay,
Yeah.
your goal. You are just one kill away from your goal, and yet that happened. So maybe the morale is still crushed, and I hope they can still find it in them to actually bounce back and still make a difference and try to gun for third place in our next round.
I totally agree with you, Anduin. Since the players of Totoy Al right now might be in the lows, feeling negative since they were on the on the verge of gaining within the finals and try to win and go to Thailand. But right now, I do think that they're heartbroken since it was a very close match against that squad, especially since it was a tied of 14 to 14 kills. That's why I do think that Totoy Al is feeling the negative. Impact from their last match.
That's true. That's true. And as you can see
Um,
right here in our next match, Mango Javier banned the Dark Mage, and for the side of Tot Ayal, they banned the Force Blader. But then again, they still have a mirror lineup right here. They have the Force Archer, the Warrior, the Gladiator, the Wizard, and the Warrior. So it's gonna be a mirror lineup for me. I mean, they still have the Force Shielder, and of course, that extra layer of protection will sure come in handy, protecting some of the squishy targets such as the Wizard and the Force Archer.
I have a question for you, Anduin.
Sure.
Since Wilmade has entered the tournament right now, would you think that if Wilmade played against the Amplified earlier, would you think that the Mango Javier would actually snatch the position of Amplified and play for the championship?
Well, Will Made is really a very good player. If you're gonna ask me, maybe it could have made some difference. The result could be different than what we expected a while ago. But I really can't deny how dominant that particular team is, because uh, Amplified, they sure did make a name for themselves for at least decimating everyone in their way with the 15 and 0.
Yeah.
So as much as I want to say that Will Mead can actually make a difference, which I definitely believe that he will, I am not sure if it's gonna be enough for against the team Amplified. Okay, he can definitely make a dent. He can definitely make a difference, but you know how far he can actually take the match. That's one thing that's still a mystery to me. Still, kudos to Will Made. He's a very prepared, player. If you're gonna ask me, he's good. But against Amplified, maybe they could have stand a chance. They could have stood a chance against that colossal team that is Amplified. But is if Will Made is playing now, maybe they can still score for the third place in the tournament. But seeing Totoy Al's strategy, or now that Team Mango Javier has shown Team Totoy Al their hand, okay, they just really need to do their best and at the same time adjust their strategy to actually formulate the winning formula for this particular match right here.
I totally agree with you, Anduins. It was quite insane between Mango Javier versus Totoy Al, because I do think that the Totoy Al has learned from their mistake during their round one, and I hope that they're already fired up to create a better match and reach round three at least, because this, even though they don't have the chance to take the championship right now, but still third place is a huge bragging rights, Anduins. Yeah.
I'm trying to make that it face. If you guys watched it, It's really hard, guys. But kudos to that actor, Bill Skarsgård. I was just watching Welcome to Derry a while ago. I finished the entire season. Sorry, it's not really game related, but I just want to share. Anyway,
Yeah.
so we are one game up for Team Mango Javier. So if they win this one, then definitely they will be crowned as the third placer in our tournament tonight. But of course, later on tonight, the most exciting match in this particular tournament will happen. It's gonna be Team Amplified versus Death Squad. So now, since you asked me about some of the teams that's battling out here in the battle for third, what can you say about the match that will take place later against Amplify against Death Squad?
To be honest, right now, it's quite visible that Amplified's performance is very solid, and that squad has been dangling within their matches. So I'm quite curious what kind of strategy that squad will whip out, because Amplified right now is well prepared and well knowledge regarding the classes that they will be using. So I'd like to see how that squad can overcome against Amplified, because I do believe that that squad right now is the underdog in our finals.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. So we're still waiting for the teams to actually be ready. Okay. So what about you, Stas? Have you ever thought of going international in terms of casting?
To be honest with you, I'm just there's a lot of things within my plate right now, but if God willed me to do so, I'd gladly accept. Well, of course, Anduin's your experienced caster, and I would love to cast within international waters with you. You know, so just to put a good name for Anduin, since he's been our one of our resident casters for a very long time right now. So I hope that if ever we go international, I'd be happy to do it with Anduins.
Yeah. Me, honestly speaking, I'll be more than happy to do it with you too. I mean, the casting, guys. Don't get any wrong idea. Okay, I would love to cast with Stas, within our international soil or international waters. But then again, that has been a long time dream of mine, to actually go to another country. I was able to travel the Philippines because of my hosting career, and I thank God for that. But that is also one of my bucket list to actually travel abroad and at least to showcase, if not my hosting, maybe even my shoutcasting skills. Maybe if Cabal, come on, can
Baka
actually make,
naman!
if Cabal can make that happen, why not? I have my passport ready. I've been
You know,
practicing. I have been
um,
practicing my Thai, my Thai, like Sawadee ka. There you go.
Andoins, if ever you had a chance to do so, to cast within Thailand, what's the first thing that you will do when you arrive at the country? Since Thailand has been one of the funniest countries that we can see in the internet. So
By this later, I'll show you. Okay,
okay,
but
okay.
yeah, we're gonna start our match. Okay. I think it's gonna be Totoy Al against Mango Javier. So let's see who's gonna win. Okay, I think the match is about to commence. Again, they have a mirror lineup right here, everyone. So they just really need to make sure that everything is ready. They have to make sure that they are prepared, not just mentally but emotionally, because they might go home without bringing home anything. Okay, but I think someone just got disconnected. Okay, is that right?
Right now I'm looking at the comment section of YouTube. There are a lot of arguments going on against Amplified, because a lot of players are saying that Amplified got lucky within their matches, but
That's
you know
be it luck.
they, It's not luck. I don't think it's luck because a lot of players or their friends are saying within the comment section that Amplified has been practicing nonstop and is well prepared to destroy the competition. So I'm quite excited to see their performance later and to see if that is true and what kind of match we will see against Amplified and that squad.
You know, with that luck, okay, let's just say we agree that Amplified got lucky. Luck or not, they still they still are the one who will get the shot later on for the grand final. So we have to take it straight. So now it's actually the kid coming in. They're trying to pin down the force archer of Totoy Al. Mango Javier, the warrior, is really doing its best to keep up with Sinister Arrow. Sinister Arrow trying to. Oh!
Oh my
No!
God!
That's first blood!
Sinister Arrow's been the target of Mango Javier right now, and he's been running nonstop. But Mango Javier has the edge of mobility and force kicking towards the archer to deal a lot of damage. Again, twice in a row, the force archer of Totoy Al is down. It's quite insane.
The force kick is really, a very handy skill in Cabal. It can easily close down the distance between two players and engage in
Yes,
combat as early as possible. But Sinister Arrow, costing 2 kills for his teammates, Totoy Al is now behind with 2 kills. So Totoy Al, what are you gonna do in order for you to recuperate from this? We're gonna find out later on tonight. We still have more than 8 minutes left on the clock. We are seeing Mango Javier decimating Totoy Al with at least 2-point kill count in the lead. And the Sinister Arrow again! That's it,
Oh
3
my
kills
God.
in a row, killing spree for Sinister Arrow.
Looks like Mango Javier learned a lot from the last match, and they have gratefully analyzed the tactics of Totoy Al. And right now, they found the weakest link and continuously destroying 4 deaths now from Sinister Arrow. I do think that Sinister Arrow should, move a lot. And right now, Katamita is dead again. It's quite insane, Anduins, and I'd like to know what are you thinking with the Totoy Al's performance right now since Mango Javier is destroying them to the ground.
Well, this is gonna be. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen is this is gonna be 15-0. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
That's a
15-0.
strong comment. That's a strong comment, Anduins.
It's gonna be 15-0. Don't get me wrong. I love Totoy Al, but there's a big possibility that like what I said a while ago, the trauma is still there. The mindset, as you can see, Katamita already got disconnected in the game, so the trauma is still there.
Like.
The will to fight is not there anymore. Regardless of what happened, I for a fact do believe that being third is still something, but
It's yeah.
it's still okay. One thing to actually win and try to win, but losing on the verge of winning. Oh my God, it's really mentally affecting players. Okay. It happens in every tournament that I've casted. I've seen this happen over and over again. Teams do get tilted whenever these kinds of things happen. Believe me.
Yes, as I've got a lot of experience casting on MOBA games, and I've seen a lot of tilts within the teams since losing a close match. But right now, I don't see that Totoy Al is making any progress because Mango Javier is destroying their Force Archer and Wizard left and right. And once again, Sinister Arrow is dead and looks like their Wizard is going to the grave with him.
15-0.
Looks like there's gonna be a first 15-0 tonight. Looks like the casting of Anduins is truly happening tonight. A 15-0 match against Mango Javier and Totoy Al.
I mean, let's admit it, man. I mean, how can you actually recover from that? Okay, you're just 1 point ahead. You're just 1 point away from victory. You're just 1 point away from the grand finals, and then suddenly, the opposing team will win. That you actually left with the 5-point deficit. Okay,
Yes.
so how can you recover from that?
I totally agree. Looks like it's been mentally taxing for Totoy Al, and they have not recovered their momentum to create their strength right now for the match on our mat for our third placer. So looks like it will be a 15 and 0, but there's still 5 minutes, and we've seen miracles happen tonight, and maybe Totoy Al can make a comeback within this 5 minutes.
I'm not gonna count on it. Sorry, I'm not trying to be negative here, everyone, but it's really taxing, guys. If you're gonna, this is what I want to share with everyone. Of all the years that I've spent in my corporate business, okay, I've met several people, I've talked to several people, and of course, when you talk to people, and when you tell when they tell you about themselves, you have to understand, and at the same time, you have to put yourself into their shoes. And now I'm putting myself in the shoes of all the players of Totoy Al, and it's really really heartbreaking and mentally breaking when with what happened a while ago. So
Yes, I totally agree.
it's a really really they're not in their good place right now, if you're gonna ask me.
Yes. Yeah, I do think that Totoy Al is not in their best shape right now. They are mentally tilted. They are not showing who they were within the first day. So right now I do think that 15 and 0 is actually going to happen, since Mango Javier is destroying Sinister Arrow, and the Katamita is also getting decimated from Totoy Al's side.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, it's 15-0.
15 and 0. 15 and 0. Looks
15
like
0.
Mango Javier
See?
is a
I
very
just,
strong
I
opponent.
just
right
became the modern day Nostradamus. My lord. I
Looks
just,
like Anduins is gaining future sight, everyone. Anduins
15-0. Again,
15 and 0.
morale is already shattered for the side of Totoy.
Yes, I
They're,
totally
they're,
agree.
they're they're not putting up a fight, if you're gonna ask me. They're not even trying. Honestly speaking, I don't see them casting skills, as actively as possible. But maybe they are, but not as quite, not as aggressive as Mango Javier. And I think Sinister
Yes.
Arrow will be the final nail in the coffin that Mango Javier needs in order for them to seal the deal and maybe bring home this third place for their team.
Yes, as you can see right now, Totoy Al has lost their spirit, and to create a stronger comeback from Mango Javier, because Mango Javier right now is only one kill away from
There you go.
15 and 0, and here you go, 15 and 0 from Mango Javier. Insane performance by Mango Javier. So as you can see right now, there's a huge difference between the spirits, because it looks like Mango Javier's spirit never withered. Looks like they are still strong and keep going right now.
I told you so.
Looks like the 15 and 0 was
Told you.
true. What an insane casting from Anduins. Looks like he's not the that squad is not the only one who's creating miracles right now, and Anduins is creating miracles
Well, it's not
from
miracle-
his
it's not miracles, if you're gonna ask me. I do understand, okay, and it is really painful to watch. Totoy Al's performance, to be as down as possible. Okay, it's not really their peak. That's not who Totoy Al's are. Okay, like what I said, it's easy to talk shit. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Okay, I might have slipped some French word. Okay, it's easy to talk bad crap behind a particular team's performance, but it's not something that we should underestimate, because again, we have to think about how these players are, or what are the things that these players are going through right now, especially after taking a huge loss in their last round, in their last match, and they are still forced to fight for at least 3 games or 2 games, just for them to place themselves in the third place. But because these teams they're not actually gunning for any place. They just want to be the champion. Okay,
Yes, I
the,
totally
the second and third place, it doesn't really matter to them. And as you can see, they are being decimated, and they're not really putting up that much of a fight against a Mango Avir. Okay, so the second and third place, though it's still an honor, but it doesn't really matter to these teams right here, because they just wanted to be the best of the best. They want that privilege to actually represent, the to represent the Southeast Asia server in our world stage, or the world's tournament happening in Thailand. But then again, it is what it is. Okay, congratulations, Team Mango Javier, for placing third. Still, kudos to Team Totoy Al. And of course, guys, here are the codes for you. Okay, so, or here's the code for you guys. So just log in to your website. Okay, go to rewards and claim the code. And a while ago, CM Stas asked me what's the first thing that I'm gonna do if I go to Thailand. I'm gonna be buying this one.
Oh, I see. You're
gonna-
a sniffer.
Yeah, I am. I was sniffing this a while ago while I was watching the match. Oh my god. Okay, that hits the spot.
What's the effect? I'm quite curious because I've been
It has
meaning to buy.
It has a very cooling effect in your nasal. So if you have if you have some clogged nose, these are the things that you could actually use to unclog your nose. But this is something that you can only get if you have friends, or if you have someone that will go to Thailand. So guys, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Send me to Thailand so I can buy you guys some gifts like this. If you want this, guys, comment in the comment section, okay? But
comment to the comment section.
yeah, comment in the chat or in the comment section. But then again, we still have our grand finals. Congratulations once again to team Mango Javier for placing third. But we're gonna go ahead and give you the final match later on after a very short break. Don't go anywhere. The Ultimate War of Celestials Maximized Battle will be back. See you guys later.
Once our world stood mighty, a land of power and prosperity. But greed awakened a darkness that shattered everything, leaving only chaos. Now, that darkness returns, stronger than ever, consuming all in its wake. Yet, hope remains, as the warriors of Nevereth rise once more to defy their fate. Two great nations stand, Capella, guardians of wisdom and order, and Procyon, champions of strength and conquest. The war has begun. Claim your destiny. Cabal, ultimate combo. Rise now as the true king.
We are the bearers of faith, the eternal flame that will never fade. Capella stands as the guardian of divine purpose and sacred order. For we know, freedom without direction becomes destruction. They are Procyon. They spread fear, twist lies, and call it freedom. But we see through it. We do not waver. We train. We endure. For this war is sacred. We fight for the true light, for a world uncorrupted by deception. So choose not rebellion, but revelation. Swear your blade. Stand with Capella.
They called it order, but we remember it as chains. Their religion, their laws, their teachings. They protect no one but themselves. But we rose with bare hand, with rage and hearts that will not kneel. We are Procyon, born of pain and bound by memory. We will burn every lie to ass. Because freedom is never given, it must be taken. Procyon, step beyond false light and fight for freedom.
I saw it with my own eyes. The moment the sky tore open, we fought until the stones wept. Neither side gave in. Neither side stepped back. And then it arrived. A force from a nameless realm. It chose no side. It devoured everything. I remember their eye in that moment. We were no longer enemies. We fought as one. No orders, no promises, only survival. That day stays with us, not for victory, but because we didn't die alone. Perhaps the darkness came only to remind us where the light truly lives.
The Great War between Procyon and Capella, yeah, that ended a long time ago. Now then, let's take a look at everyday life here in Cabal. At the edge of Navareth, there's a place. They say it holds rare treasures and powerful relics. Only the greedy dare to enter. But if the reward's worth it, someone always takes the risk. Look at that. Ghosts? Monsters? Think they'll survive? Wanna bet? This isn't just a dungeon. It's a test of guts. Are you brave enough to try?
Once, our world stood mighty, a land of power and prosperity. But greed awakened a darkness that shattered everything, leaving only chaos. Now, that darkness returns, stronger than ever, consuming all in its wake. Yet, hope remains, as the warriors of Nevereth rise once more to defy their fate. Two great nations stand, Capella, guardians of wisdom and order, and Procyon, champions of strength and conquest. The war has begun. Claim your destiny. Cabal, ultimate combo. Rise now as the true king.
We are the bearers of faith, the eternal flame that will never fade. Capella stands as the guardian of divine purpose and sacred order. For we know, freedom without direction becomes destruction. They are Procyon. They spread fear, twist lies, and call it freedom. But we see through it. We do not waver. We train. We endure. For this war is sacred. We fight for the true light, for a world uncorrupted by deception. So choose not rebellion, but revelation. Swear your blade. Stand with Capella.
They called it order, but we remember it as change. Their religion, their laws, their teachings. They protect no one but themselves. But we rose, with bare hands, with rage and hearts that will not kneel. We are Procyon, born of pain and bound by memory. We will burn every lie to ass. Because freedom is never given, it must be taken. Procyon, step beyond false light and fight for freedom.
I saw it with my own eyes. The moment the sky tore open, we fought until the stones wept. Neither side gave in. Neither side stepped back. And then it arrived. A force from a nameless realm. It chose no side. It devoured everything. I remember their eye in that moment. We were no longer enemies. We fought as one. No orders, no promises, only survival. That day stays with us, not for victory, but because we didn't die alone. Perhaps the darkness came only to remind us where the light truly lives.
The Great War between Procyon and Capella, yeah, that ended a long time ago. Now then, let's take a look at everyday life here in Cabal. At the edge of Navrith, there's a place. They say it holds rare treasures and powerful relics. Only the greedy dare to enter, but if the reward's worth it, someone always takes the risk. Look at that, ghosts? Monsters? Think they'll survive? Wanna bet? This isn't just a dungeon, it's a test of guts. Are you brave enough to try?
Once, our world stood mighty, a land of power and prosperity. But greed awakened a darkness that shattered everything, leaving only chaos. Now, that darkness...
And what is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Ultimate Warp Celestials, the Maximized Battle. I'm still here, Anduin, together with Staz. So we are going to, we're going straight to the grand finals. Again, it's going to be Team Amplified going up against Team That Squad. And for the banning phase, they actually banned the Blader for the side of That Squad. And of course, for the side of Amplified, That Gladiator. So I think they really did their research among themselves, and they actually considered banning one of the most useful characters in the game, especially in terms of That Squad and Amplified. Amplified can't use that extra layer of protection to save that single player from getting eliminated. Let's say clutch. By using that gladiator, and of course no more blue damage dealer for the side of That Squad in the form of the Blader. But of course we're gonna start the matchup tonight, so again anything can happen, but my bet is on Amplified. What about you, Staz?
To be honest with you right now, just to create a small competition against you, I'm with Death Squad since I've seen the miracles they've created tonight, and let's see what kind of performance Death Squad's actually gonna show.
Mm-hmm. And that's the aggression that is being displayed by Amplify. There you go, Light Arrow is being punished, being taken aback. There are sitting ducks in that particular corner. They have to move, they have to get themselves out of that corner, and as you can see, the Shadow Shield has already been activated for both teams right here, and that Squad is already chasing that Dark Mage because they really want to punish That Squad, and that's gonna be the first point kill coming in from Amplify.
Even though the Dark Mage from Death Squad has activated its defensive skill, it was nothing because Amplified just waited out the duration of the miss, the 100% miss from the Dark Mage right now. But as you could see, Amplified has been creating a lot of space and catching up towards those weaker links from that squad and focusing their damage on the Dark Mage and then the Force Gunner.
Okay, that's the trade-off coming in. We are now tied 1-1. Jason got eliminated. But then again, I still want to say kudos to the two teams who actually made it here in the grand finals. They will now get a chance to represent the Southeast Asia server for the competition that will take place in Thailand. Come on, bring me there. Okay, the world stage. Okay, and we're gonna witness them up firsthand. But who is it gonna be? Is it gonna be Amplified or the Death Squad, who will be joining our first team to actually represent the Southeast Asia server in that competition?
Actually, right now, I could see that Amplified and that squad is playing a tug of war, which they are equally matched right now. And it's unimpressive. After 2 minutes, there's only been 1 kill for each side of the teams. So I do see that the Force Gunner right now, Bria, is going down, but still escaping, grasping for his breath, and recovered easily. So I do think that that squad should start playing aggressive right now since Amplified is measuring them. So that squad should surprise the Amplified to create more kills and start their
Oh,
momentum.
there you go.
Boom.
That's the one that I'm waiting for Amplified or for some of the teams to actually target the Force Archer, because again, the Force Gunner will surely comes next. Okay, will surely come next. If the Force Archer will be eliminated, and that's what exactly happened in this match right here. Amplified was able to bring down the Force Archer, and the one member from that squad falls after another.
It's quite insane. Looks like Amplified has have taken the measurements of that squad, and that's why they're destroying. And they have found which class should they focus right now. And looks like they have looks like the Force Gunner and Archer has gained the attention of Amplified. That's why that squad's classes of FG and of FA has been going down continuously right now.
That's very true. So it's really tough. It's really tough to make a call. Anything can happen, but still, the Amplified team's score is moving far apart from that squad. So I hope that that squad can actually come up with something to stop Amplify from advancing their score forward.
Looks like Amplified has utilized the wizard that immediately nullifies the dark mage of that squad since the wizard can remove the negative buffs from the dark mage right now. So I do think that Amplified has studied their opponent quite well and utilized the available classes to them.
Right, and as you can see, there's no nullification for the debuff coming in from the side of that squad. That's why Amplified has been doing quite so well. Okay, they're doing quite well in terms of the kill count. And of course, the way they distance themselves from one another, and the heal slowly coming in from the side of that Force Archer, healing J-Zone in the process. But Mitsuri, the Dark Mage, is also in trouble. Lower health compared to J-Zone, but the recovery is also insane. The presence of mind of these players is just so amazing.
We could already see the huge difference between the both teams of their drafting, because as you can see in the Amplified, they really utilized the wizard to easily counter the dark mage, making it useless within this match. Because right now that squad is just trying to find the wizard to destroy the gap between the teams right now. But as you can see, Amplified is really showing their skills right now, and their analyzation is quite insane since that squad is falling left and right like flies.
So it's gonna be really tricky, and it's gonna be really difficult for that squad to actually recuperate from this. They really have to do something about that Force Archer and Wizard combination, while most of the Force Blader and Dark Mage is doing most of the heavy lifting in terms of damage. At the same time, the presence of the Force Shielder providing that extra layer of protection for Nightmare for that squad. We still have 4 minutes left on the clock.
I do think that the Amplified has a lot of damage dealers, especially of the Force Archer and the Force Blader right now. So it's creating a lot of DPS against that squad right now. That's why they are seeing a lot of opportunities to take down one class at a time from that squad. And of course, since one player is down from that squad, they can create more space to create more damage and to create more spaces and play mind games against their enemy.
That's absolutely correct. And yeah, I really can't imagine these kinds of things happening. Or I can't really imagine what's happening right now because the Death Squad is being decimated. It's like they already have their own Death Squad, and that's in the form of Team Amplified. Because Team Amplified is getting the job done, no questions asked. Okay, if this goes well for Team Amplified, even though the clock runs out of time, okay, they will have their first victory for tonight, and definitely they are now one step closer to being the crowned as the champions of the Ultimate War of Celestials Maximize Battle, and they will be sent to Thailand to compete for the world stage.
I've been seeing a lot of comments from our YouTube that Amplified has practiced a lot during the past weeks, and looks like the practice of Amplified is bearing fruit right now and showing that they're far more superior than all of the teams within this tournament. Because during the time they've spent a lot of time formulating their lineup, their skills, their combinations, and of course their synergy within the team. And it's showing that Amplified is far more superior than that squad right now regarding their strategy and regarding their drafting.
So I really am torn. What's gonna happen in the next round? Will that squad be able to pull, like another comeback,
Miracle.
or can they make a miracle comeback on the next round? Because it's gonna be really crucial, and if they still want that shot for the championship, they have to win the next round.
Yes, I totally agree with you and the wins, but I'm really expecting a bigger comeback from that squad in the round two, since it's gonna be a different draft on the round two within these matches right now, and looks like here you go, Amplify just won our round one for our championship and is a step closer to gaining the championship and going to Thailand to represent C.
I can smell Thailand right now.
Looks like Anduins is really excited for our Thailand representative being a caster towards the Filipinos, to represent the Filipinos.
I can smell Thailand right now. But definitely, it's a tough decision for Toto. Not real. Sorry, but of course for that squad. Again, the drafting that they've actually decided to go with is really not doing anything against team. What they call this? Forgot
That squad.
that squad and team
Amplified.
amplified. Yeah, let's take a good look at the replay. I'm so sorry, I got lost because of this. Okay, as you can see in the highlight, okay, they were able to pinpoint the weakness of Team That Squad, and that is the nullification capability of the wizard. So they don't have that. So with the Dark Mage and the Force Blade, they're working together to actually stop both the Force Gunner and the Dark Mage right on track, providing the Field of Execration, the Petrification, the Mana Freeze, the Enervation, and all the debuff that they can actually apply on every single player of that squad. It actually made it possible for Amplified to score the first, victory for tonight, giving them 1 point advantage and a step closer to being the champion of this tournament, and they will be sent to Thailand.
Well, I hope that squad learned from their mistake from this round, because I do think that they can utilize wizards. But knowing that squad, I don't think they have a player that can utilize wizard in a instrumentous amount, unlike Amplified right now. Since Amplified has been using wizard since yesterday, I think so, because it's been useful against Dark Mage, because Dark Mage is one of the OPest classes within our tournaments.
Yeah, it's not just about tournaments anymore. It's also about being new user friendly. So the that dark mage class is a very user friendly. So if you're new to this game and you pick a dark mage, let me tell you, it's gonna work. It's magic, and you're gonna become really hooked in the game. So if you're new, you can try this one out.
I totally agree with you because I do think that the force gunners are quite friendly as well because even though it's quite squishy, but it can deal a lot of damage within our dungeons.
Okay, as you can see right here, they banned the Force Blader for that squad and the Force Gunner for the Dark for Amplified. Again, they will have pretty much the same lineup right here. They have the Dark Mage, the Force Archer, the Force Shielder, the Wizard. The only difference is the Gladiator and the Warrior. But if you're gonna ask me, I'm gonna go with Dark Mage with this one. Okay, I'm gonna go with Dark Mage. They both they have the absolute defense in this particular match right here. Let's say they don't have that much of a damage dealer in this case, but just take a good look at the Amplified's lineup. They have the Dark Mage and the Gladiator. They have two layer of protection that will actually save some of their teammates life, just in case everything went go down. The Gladiator for the single target shield, and of course the Force Shielder with the Shadow Shield. The Dark Mage for the debuff, and the Wizard for the nullification of the debuff. Now, as for the side of that squad, they have the Warrior, but I don't know if the Warrior is something that could actually measure up to Gladiator. So this is the fight between Gladiator and the Warrior. So who will emerge victorious in this one? We don't know yet, because I really do believe that that particular barrier coming from the Gladiator can really make a huge difference in this match right here.
I totally agree with you, and that squad looks like it that they have learned from their mistake in the first match because right now they have the Wizard to counter the Dark Mage. But let's see how Amplified can utilize two healers coming from their Force Archer and of course the Savior, the Gladiator.
So let's see. I mean, again, the pressure is on in terms of that squad's team. I'm not saying that the grit is not there anymore because they still have an equal chance of getting the championship. They just really need to win this one. Okay,
I
but
totally agree.
when it comes to strategy, I think this is a very well thought of plan for Amplified. There you go. As you can see, they are now trying to pinpoint who's going to be their first target. They're trying to unleash their skills. But as you can see, that's the buff coming in. And the petrification has been applied to Onsi. And at the same time, no first blood yet. But as you can see, they are now trying their very best to utilize most of their skills. The Shadow Shield has been committed already for the side of Team Amplified. I haven't seen the Shadow Shield for Team That Squad yet. So activating the Shadow Shield is a crucial step. And if you activate it way too early or way too late, it's going to make a huge difference for this match right here.
Yes, I totally agree with you. Since they can create a lot of opportunities with those kind of skills, and they can utilize to close up the gaps because it can easily ignore a lot of damage being dished out by each classes from the teams. But right now, I don't see a first blood coming in from Amplified and Death Squad since it looks like to me they're measuring each other out. But now, oh my God!
First blood.
Amplified has drawn first blood against that squad right now.
So that's the first blood, just like what I'm talking about. And the Dark Mage, like
Again!
Arrow, DM, just got taken out as well. Oh my God. It's really a sight to see. They are really planning this out. This is a well thought of plan. They don't have any Force Blader. Again, that's the one that I'm talking about. That extra layer of protection coming in from the side of the Gladiator. This is what difference that I'm telling each and every one of you guys. Okay. Again, Gladiator can also deal so much damage. Okay, but compared to Warrior, okay, let's say they're evenly matched. But when it comes to saving and clutch save, it's gonna be the Gladiator who has the edge compared to Warrior.
Yes, I totally agree because I do know the warrior can dish out a lot of damage and it's quite tanky in my opinion. But
That
gladiator has a lot of skills that can be utilized. Especially you can protect your teammates and save them from the verge of death right now. But looks like that squad is really struggling to find what are the oh my god, Bria just died. Bria has died twice already.
Wow, I told you this is what's gonna happen if you underestimate the lineup, guys. So again, to those people in the comment section saying that this is pure luck, maybe at some point luck is on the side of the team who's gonna be the first one to kill who. But in terms of the lineup that they have right now, this is a very well thought of lineup. And you cannot say that this is pure luck because this is something that they actually planned ahead of time. Okay? So that's gonna be a 0 kill still for that squad. And Amplified is on fire. They are on a killing spree. And I don't know. I don't want to predict anything yet. But
Here you go again with a 15 and 0.
I'm feeling another 15-0. Okay. I can't say 15-0 anymore. The trade-offs
Looks like
there,
that squad
Lone
heard
Wolf,
you.
already proving me wrong.
You know, I see that that squad is starting to warm up, and I hope that they can, turn the tables once again, just like their previous match against Totoy Al. But I do think that they are strategizing within this match because they are they are trying to catch the Force Archer from the Amplified side, and the Dark Mage from Amplified as well.
That is very and absolutely true. So, it's gonna be tough. We only have like more than 5 minutes left on the clock, and honestly speaking, I don't think that squad is feeling the momentum as of the moment. And because
Oh
of
my
that,
God.
Theo Nino was or hit the floor, face palm on the floor, and it can actually go down south starting at this point of the match right here. We are just 5 minutes 18 seconds in the game. Are
Oh
left
my
in the game.
God.
Two!
Dark
That's
Mage and
two,
Force
man!
Archer are dead. It looks like the wizard is following their footsteps, but right now he's saved and repositioned. But let's see how Amplified can retaliate and become more aggressive against that squad. On the wins, I've been thinking, do you think that there's a huge impact against the difference of both teams regarding their gladiator and warrior right now?
Yes, definitely. I can attest to that. I mean, we all understand that Onsi can save one's team just in case the Shadow Shield fails. Okay, just a fail safe. Okay, that's why Onsi picked Gladiator. Though, yes, let's admit that the Warrior can dish out so much damage, but how fast? How fast
Yes.
can the Warrior dish out that damage? And is the speed enough to overwhelm the healing capability of Lone Wolf, the Force Archer of Amplified? Because I do understand if you're gonna talk to me about damage, the least capable in terms of dishing so much damage in the entire class is the Force Shielder. Okay, the Force
Yes.
Shielder. Though it can deal decent damage against enemies, but against another player, it's not gonna be as helpful as possible. Second is the Warrior. Third is the Gladiator. That's
Yes.
that's my category, my personal category. I'm not trying to demean the title of Force Shielder, the Warrior, and the Gladiator. It's just so happened that they have both roles in terms of parties, in terms of clashes, in terms of PvPs, mission war. They have their own pros and cons, and the pros and cons is actually showing right now. The Warrior can dish out so much damage, but it's not quick enough, and the damage output is not as fast as, let's say, Force Gunner, Dark Mage.
Yes.
Okay, it's not as fast as those classes.
I totally agree with you because I do know that the warrior can create a lot of damage, but it's lacking within the range because warrior is still a melee, unlike force archer and force gunner that can create damage even between spaces. But right now, I do think that gladiator is a well balanced class because it has a passive that can gain rage and increase its damage in the meantime, and of course at the same time it has a lot of defensive skills that can save himself and both his teammates.
That's true. See, that's what's happening right now. That squad is having a hard time. There's aside from the shadow shield that they can actually count on, most of the team is just relying on the healing capability of Navi.
Yes, I totally agree with you. Navi can sustain the team's health bar, but right now I don't see there a way for that squad to win against Amplified because I think Amplified has studied all the classes during their practices, and right now it is quite showing that they have done their time creating strategies, creating lineups, and of course utilizing the time to practice within the team.
That's very true. Ah, okay. I guess
Looks like
this is it.
Amplified.
Okay, it's gonna be Amplified. Who's gonna be winning this one? It's really impossible for that squad to actually catch that particular number of kills in just a 1 minute 30 seconds. So I guess it's safe to say that Amplified will be the one representing us, or another team is the other team that will be representing us this entire sea server in the world stage happening in Thailand.
Yes, I totally agree with you right now because I do think that Amplified could be a team to be reckoned with within our Thailand tournament. But I do hope that other countries can come up with a more powerful strategies than here in the Philippines because I do think that Filipinos are one of the champions and unbeatable region within our community of Cabal.
Wow! Congratulations to Amplified, the Death Squad, and Mango Javier. You guys have proven yourselves worthy, but again, only one team will make it to the world stage, and that is Amplified. Congratulations, Amplified!
Congrats Amplified. You've made your dues. Looks like hard work can create a lot of opportunities for you, and we hope that you can represent me in the upcoming tournament in Thailand.
Wow, it's gonna happen next year, guys, so don't miss it. Okay, we might actually go live with it in the Combo Interactive page. We don't know yet. But again, in order for you to keep yourself updated, make sure that you are subscribed to Combo Interactive here in YouTube in order for you to stay updated for events. And not just events, but the World Tournament is drawing near, and it's gonna happen next year. So congratulations to the representatives of our server, the Southeast Asia server. So congratulations, and Andwin, me myself, wish you guys the best of luck.
I totally agree with Anduwins because I do hope that we get to see him next year for our Thailand trip because he's been manifesting it a lot so that we can see how colorful he is during the casting.
Okay, but before we wrap things up, we're gonna be giving you the highlights of our last match. Okay, as you can see, the difference between the two classes is really showing in this particular match right here. It's the Gladiator and the Warrior. Again, I'm not demeaning the Gladiator class and the Warrior class, but in terms of utilization and utilities, Gladiator can contribute so much in this fight right here compared to the Warrior. The Warrior can only do some buff in terms of the party, but damage, save, utilities, come on, man, you can't go wrong with the Gladiator. So the Gladiator has proven himself really worthy of praise, and at the same time, the Dark Mage is also working his best or doing his best to actually bring down some of the opponents in that squad, because technically he is like the main damage dealer in in this team right here. Same goes with that squad. Unfortunately, the damage is really overwhelming, and it's not enough to actually save some of the teammates, unlike in in team amplified. They have the gladiator, and they can actually provide that extra layer of single shield protection to a particular player, aside from the mere fact that they also have a shadow shield. So wow, a well thought of plan, amplified. Congratulations. And yeah, you guys are the champions. But before we end things up, guys, this is the last code for each and every one of you guys who actually stayed and watched the championship. So congratulations. For the second code, guys, if there's an error, they will be fixing it. Don't worry, okay? But this is the third code, guys. Just claim it, log into your page or to the website, and go to rewards. Just type in the code that is PLC3GF5.
You know, and the wins, I've seen a lot of progress within our players during this tournament, because they evolved again and again and again. Because in the first match, in the first day, we have not seen the utilization of a wizard, but in the day two, we've seen how strong the wizard can affect the dark mage against, dark mage is quite OP class right now, but looks like the Filipino players, looks like the Indonesian players has learned them again and again, and the wizard can easily counter the dark mage, and it was a quite surprising.
Right. Again, guys, all good things must come to an end. It's been fun, guys. Thank you so much for having me to cast the Ultimate War of Celestial, the Maximized Battle, to our back-end team in Thailand. Thank you so much, guys, for your hard work. And to my shoutcasters, Staz and Bro James, wherever you are, man, I miss you so much. And let's do this again anytime soon. That's it, pretty much. Thank you so much, Combo Interactive, Cabal, Ultimate and Infinite Combo. Thank you so much for having me all the time. Yeah, that's it. Merry Christmas to everyone, okay? And thank you so much. Congratulations to our champions, and kudos to our participants. But again, this has been the Ultimate War of the Celestials Maximized Battle. Signing out for now. See you guys again next year for the world stage. This is Andwin and Staz saying goodnight, goodbye, and thank you.
Congrats, Amplified, congrats.